in light of our upcoming full moon in Aquarius, I thought I'd do another Understanding the Zodiac using its tarot associations. So those of you who may or may not know, the Aquarius sign is associated and represented by the star. Here she is. I have to block her for the algorithm, but the star. Which is really funny because most of the time when I meet someone who is an Aquarius, I go, oh, you're an alien. And I mean that with love, because most of the time they laugh and go, yeah, I am. Because they are, like, they're out there. They are seeing the big pictures. They feel like they are able to see things further and dream bigger, and the visionaries and all of the far-seeking and seeing individuals that it feels nobody can understand or see or accept or believe. It feels very Chicken Little. Like, the sky is falling. I'm telling you, the sky is falling. The sky is falling. Right? And everyone's just like, stop it. So Chicken Little, very Aquarius story. So in tarot, when the star comes up, it is the card of hope, of optimism, inspiration, renewal, reorienting your vision. It's intuitive and spiritual enlightenment and all of these things, because what it comes after is the Tower. Now, the Tower is not associated with any zodiac. It is the element of fire and Mars. So you put those two together and you got destruction. But it's destructions of things that generally need to be destroyed, right? But after that, the star takes the rubble and rebuilds. So Aquarius and the star, if you look at the star here, she's got 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on land. She is of here and there. She's of the earth and the sky, very Aquarius. Someone who has got one hand in the head in the clouds and the feet on the ground, right? So they are also ruled by Saturn and, more in modern times, Uranus, which is why the great upstarts, right? They're the ones who pioneer technology. They're the ones who do philanthropy and humanitarian causes and put things together, new technologies to build wells and stuff. That is the energy of Aquarius. And yes, we are in the age of Aquarius. But the star card is also like divine charity. It's being divinely favored. It's being blessed with the waters of the universe, of wisdom, of intuition, and also being able to bring it to success in the here, in the 3D, on the planet, in the earth. So Aquarius gets a bit of a rep of being a little kooky and very, very stubborn, mostly because of those two planets, but also because most of the time they're seeing things so far in advance, or they're figuring things out on such a big level, and they've been dismissed for it for so long that they're like, well, I don't have to listen to them anymore. So yeah, they'll hold on to their very, very big ideas. But all air signs they're the great communicators, the knowledge collectors, the community, integrating the community one through language and technology and things like this. That is very air coded. The difference between the signs being how they collect the knowledge and what they do with it. Some of it's very internal. Some of it is to balance, and some of it is, and for this one, it is to do the big collective work. So Aquarius has the very unique, but, ability to learn from other people's stories, from other people's experiences. They don't have to experience everything everybody else. They don't have to experience everything for themselves before they can internalize the lessons, if that makes sense. It's not saying they're high-end empaths or anything like that. Like, they don't feel other people's pain, but they learn from the experience the lessons that they can extract it, and thus be those problem solvers. I also get the reputation for being cold, unfeeling robots. Because they'll see the gifts in all of the things. They'll be like, well, now you know that you shouldn't have done that, right? But that's what kind of isolates a strong Aquarius placement away from their fellow human beings, and why I call them the aliens. They have big hearts and generosity and all of these great qualities, but the way that they exist and experience in the world is foreign to a lot of the other placements. And that is what they're put here for. Not to villainize them, but to see the things outside of, I don't know, you want to call it the Matrix? We'll call it the Matrix, but outside of the box, so to speak. However, this isolation we know can lead to some toxic behaviors, some narcissism, some dictatorship, authoritarianism, all of these things, because they'll be led into that they're not infallible because they're human. They'll lead into the black and white thinking that they know best, and that can lead to all sorts of problems that exist right now. But they get pushed into this role of knowing what's best for everybody. And they are so often confirmed in it by their existence that they are like, well, shit, I'm going to just do what I know is best. The ends will always justify the means. Which brings me to the minor arcana, which I'm going to put in a separate video, even though this is only 6 minutes, because that's going to take a little bit. So stay tuned for part 2.